Welcome, 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 welcome. It's movie review ah review time, and tonight we're going to review Killers of the Flower Moon. I've been putting off watching this because this movie is 3.5 hours long, and it's 3.5 hours that you'll never get back in your life. And I don't want to sound insensitive because it wasn't a definitely wasn't about black people. There were no black people in the movie. Uh, but it was about what happened to the Indians in Oklahoma, the Osage tribe, and I guess it was based on a nonfiction novel about the killing. A lot of white people had resentment toward a particular tribe of Indians that had came into wealth based on their land being rich with oil, and the white people went about creating a system and plans on how they could get the money and land back from the Indians by killing them off, which is just crazy. But it showed you the greed of the people that we deal with all the time that we have these expectations of, even as of today. When it was all said and done, they said there were probably 60 possible murders that took place over a certain period of time, destroying these people. Basically, that's what it was. They had something called the lazy white man that would come to town or come in the area and try to get them an Indian girl so they could get what was called head rights. You know, if something happened to her, they would marry him and I don't want to tell the whole movie, but they would marry him and kill him and try to take control of the land and things like that. So it wasn't a terrible movie, but it was just a long movie, and 3.5 hours for a movie is ridiculously too long, especially for a dry movie. But I'm sure there will be those, especially the Indian people, that may want to see this movie, and it's their history. So we can't deny what happened to them, just like the things that happened to us in this land and continue to happen to us. This is based in the early 1900s, 1918. It features Robert De Niro, uh, DiCaprio, and one other person. I can't remember her name, but some people did go to jail. Finally, it also denotes the beginning of the FBI. When the FBI was first formed, this was one of their first cases that they got to investigate. So I mean, I'm still gonna give it 2.5 stars. Anything I don't want to see twice is gonna always be 2.5 stars or under. I couldn't see sitting through this movie again, and I've been putting it off. It came out, I think, in November of last year, if I'm not mistaken, and it won rewards at the film festivals and things like that, and it was just dry. It was just a dry movie, and it was predictable to a certain degree because you saw what was going on, and it was a continuous thing of going on. And like I say, it's about greed, manipulation, destruction, all this balled into one, and it's a good reflection of the white man's relationship to the Indians and how they felt entitled to the land and to the money, even though they hadn't really done anything to earn it, they had a resentment toward the people because they had it. So uh, get you some popcorn if you plan on watching it. Unfortunately, you're going to want to fall asleep. That's all I can say. But it's, I mean, I wish I could find some good words to say about this movie that it was Oscar worthy or something like that. But I don't want to lie. Like I say, it took me 2 days to get through it. So, Killer of the Flower Moon gets 2.5 stars. Join us tomorrow on the No PC show. It's from 7:30 to 8 p.m. I was trying to see, is this couple's time? It may not be, but we will work it out, and we will see you all when we see you. That's our review of Killer of the Flower Moon, and maybe I'll get back to doing some black movies now. But there's just not a whole plethora of black movies out there, so oftentimes we are going to be reviewing a lot of white movies. So see you tomorrow. Deuces 2 times. We out of here.
Step out of the car.
No, you don't have the right.
Step out of the car.
You do not have the right to do that.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove
I
you.
refuse to talk to you other than to identify myself.
Now if your woman ain't no revolutionary, she'll persuade you to be a fucking slave for the rest of your days. She'll be grooming you on how to behave.